Okay, Hollywood, I have a pitch for a new Terminator film. This one spans 20 years, starting in the 1980s, and revolves around a T-800 being sent back in time by Skynet to kill the men responsible for selling the game licensing rights to the Terminator franchise. A lone gamer with too much time on his hands starts noticing similarities in the grisly murders and begins to piece together the puzzle. He eventually confronts the T-800, who supplies the gamer with copies of every Terminator game ever made. Realizing the horrible mistake that the games industry was going to make in producing this long-running series of turds, the gamer offers to help kill these terrible fiends. Then they hug. I think it would be magical. At least it'd certainly be better than playing this. Set a few years before the events in the film of same name, Terminator Salvation follows John Connor rescuing a group of resistance fighters who've become trapped in Los Angeles, an area completely under the control of Skynet. Kinda like now. Enemy variety is a bit on the slim side, with half the game having you fight two types of Terminators while another two join in the second. They are clearly Terminators, however, and taking down all but the smallest of enemies head-on is tantamount to suicide. As a result, the strategy pretty much consists of using cover to get around behind machines to attack their weak points. Environments are designed in such a way that there's always a clear path to flank enemies. Unfortunately, it's often pretty easy to become pinned down by the machines, and the AI teammates are too stupid to offer any real assistance when this happens, leaving the player with the options of sitting crouched for several minutes while waiting for enemies to become otherwise distracted, or standing up and dying. It's these AI partners who really drag the game down more than anything. A co-op split-screen mode for two players exists, and in that mode, the game's actually somewhat fun. Of course, this causes the problem of the game being simply too easy for two humans to play, and fails to offer challenge on anything but the highest difficulty setting. On-foot levels make up half the game, with the other half being on-rail shooting experiences. There's nothing exceptional or interesting about them for the most part, but they serve the purpose of spicing up gameplay. One of these near the end, however, is several different flavors of awesome, and winds up being far and away the best part of the entire experience. But that's about it. One very cool sequence in a game that's riddled with boring play, sections where you do nothing but watch as enemies stand still and shoot in your direction for a long time, and more than its share of game-crashing glitches. All of this in a 6 to 7 hour package. If you're a big fan of Terminator and desperately want to fill in some gaps in John Connor's story, I can understand the appeal of renting Terminator Salvation, though you'll probably be disappointed even with that. Everyone else would do well to stay away entirely.